Thank you for joining us at Beerfish Fanatics. And this episode is actually brought to you by Whisker Secret Tackle.
So make sure you guys go to whiskersecret.com for all your catfishing gear.
Enjoy the episode, guys. If my internet lags, I'm sorry, man. I had to put the kids on the internet so I can come down and record, FYI. But all right, guys, welcome to another episode of Beerfish Fanatics. This is Grandy with Aloha Fishing. We have
Kit with the Fishing Kit YouTube channel.
And today, back by popular demand, we have Mr. Nick Morris with Real Adventures of Hawaii. How you doing today, Nick?
Not too bad.
Good.
I like your background. It's like you're actually in Hawaii right now.
It's like I'm on the boat now. And the worst part is this is my old boat. This isn't even my new boat.
Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, it was we figured, it's December, winter here. You know what better than to get a Hawaiian, on the podcast again, I figured,
Yeah. So we could talk about like ice fishing and stuff.
Quick shout out to our sponsor, Kalona Brewing Company. I'm doing the startup stout. Hopefully winter comes because like we were talking, we have no ice yet, so we gotta get some ice, man. What do you got, Kit?
Right now I'm drinking a Coors Light, so shout outs to all the non-beer snobs, but
it's the silver bullets today.
Yeah, but I do have a craft beer, Breckenridge out of Colorado. They're hazy IPA.
Nice. And Nick, what are you drinking?
I am drinking it might blur out because of the screen, but it's a 450 North. It's a creamsicle float. Some fancy stuff.
Where's that brewery from?
450 North. I think it's somewhere in California, I think.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. These guys in Hawaii ship them in all the time. Like every week they have like new flavors, like every single 2 weeks or so.
Dang.
California's about as close to the mainland as you'll get, huh?
Hell yeah, that's a far flight for us. It's like 5.5 hours.
Cheers, guys.
All right, cheers.
Yeah, we got a little more clout this time around, Nick. We actually have a beer sponsor. So
and I've been seeing that. You guys got sponsored. Like, oh, yeah, stepping it up now.
A little bit. I mean,
oh yeah, we didn't have a sponsor when we last spoke to you, huh?
No.
We didn't have shit. we were just
what how long ago was that? That was before summer, right?
1 year. Yeah. I looked
at almost a year ago.
Yeah, it was like
that was a while ago.
Yeah, it's about exactly a year because I listened to the episode the other day. It was like right before ice fishing back, a year ago.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
It's literally like about a year. So we're growing, man. We're slowly
flies,
growing.
Right?
Yeah, dude. That's what I was thinking. I was like, because I was reaching back out to you. I was like, man, let's get Nick back on. It's been, and then I know you had back surgery. We'll talk about that too. So see how you're doing on that. But yeah, I was just like, we got to get you back on because I miss talking to Hawaiians because I haven't been there, and then I see all my uncles and stuff. They keep sending me pictures of how paradise is and all that shit, and we got crappy weather.
Missing out.
I know, man. That's what they always say, man. So
before we get too far, since it's been a while since we've spoken to you, Nick, you just want to talk about yourself real quick, like where you're from, what you do, your YouTube channel.
Okay, so I'm from Oahu, which is the main island in Hawaii, kind of like central Oahu. So I'm pretty much like 35 minutes out from anywhere fishing on any side of the island. It's pretty convenient. My YouTube channel is pretty much just strictly fishing off a boat. Sometimes we do some shore fishing, but it's mostly boat fishing from deep drop 1,000 feet of water to trolling for big ahis, tunas, marlins, to pretty much wherever is an adventure. Just anything goes kind of deal. Not too much catch and cooks. So we do some catch and cooks, but not too much. We were talking about that earlier because the kids are wild at home. Nobody likes to hear kids yelling in the background.
Yeah, Nick knows because we're talking offline. I'm like, because I was trying to do a catch and cook earlier, and Kit was like, "How'd it go?" I go, "Man, I have no idea if this is going to even work because I have to go back and edit, and it's just going to be like, can they hear me? It's just it's insane."
Oh yeah exactly.
Hey, stop, but your YouTube channel, everybody's got to go check it out. Real Adventures Hawaii. I was listening to our episode previously, and we're like, we got to get you everybody go there, subscribe. We got to get this guy. We got to get that plaque, the plate,
that's what I'm about. Everybody's like, you're doing it for the money. Like, dude, I don't even care about the money. I want my damn plaque.
There you go. Get that YouTube plaque.
Yeah, I don't want anything else but the plaque. That's all I want.
Yeah,
that's for 100,000.
Yeah, 100,000. I'm far off from that, though. I'm far off from that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure our last podcast we got you one. Like we were saying, man, we got you at least one sub.
I'm sure I got a few. Yeah,
there you go.
Sure I got a few.
So
I've been trying to turn my editing slowly. Every video I try to change it up just a little bit, turn it up, and I don't know. It was weird. It's like a little bit of a slump for a while. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. Like my good friend over here is like a pro surfer. This guy Jamie O'Brien, and he has like 800,000 subs on his YouTube channel.
Wow.
And he was the same thing. He's like, yeah, I don't know. It's lacking right now. It's weird. Like it's really crashing. And then all of a sudden, in the past like month and a half, it started jumping up again. So you can never figure that algorithm out ever.
No, it's all these cold country living folks that are tired of it and they want to escape to Hawaii just for a little bit.
That's definitely part of it, I think. Yeah.
It could be. It definitely could be, man. What are you fishing for lately, man? What's biting over there right now?
So right now, for us, like the summertime is key for like the ahis and stuff like that, the tunas, the big tunas. Right now, it's honestly mostly skipjack. There's not too much. There might be a few mai here and there. Guys are getting lucky with a few big eyes once in a while, but it's lucky luck. So for us, we're mostly just deep bottom fish right now. I don't know much about deep bottom fishing, but I'm trying to figure it out. And it's a steep learning curve. It's very, very steep. And nobody wants to tell you anything about it.
How deep are you talking?
From 800 to like 1,000 feet down.
Man, that's crazy.
Oh yeah, it's all electric reels. Yeah, you don't want to be cranking that stuff.
That was what. Yeah, I think I saw your last video. I'm like, it's all electric reels, and then I think you kicked like the wire off or something. Yeah, the actually
the cord. I have to hand crank that crap. Oh my god, it's terrible. So it's a steep learning curve for sure.
Is it? I mean, can you tell someone like I have no idea? I'm just figuring you're just putting bait on the bottom. How hard could it be?
It's hard. It's hard. Like about a month and a half ago, I went for like the first time, right? Kind of by myself. I had no idea what to do because my dad used to commercial bottom fish back in the day. So my dad was like, set up your rigs like this, and like this. And I went fishing a whole North Shore by myself all day, and I caught one fish all day. And it was an amberjack, which is to us over here is a rubbish fish. You don't want it. Yeah. It's full of worms and stuff. You don't even want to eat it. So I got that all day. And this last trip I got like almost 30 fish, which is a big difference from one fish, I guess.
Yeah. So what's the time frame from when you drop that bait in? How long does it take to get down there?
Oh, you're talking about 2 minutes at least.
2 minutes?
Yeah, at least.
Damn.
And if you're fighting a fish on the way up, you have to fight it slower so it'll come off. So you can be fighting, I think, from like 3 minutes, like 5 minutes on the way up.
Jeez.
Yeah, so that's the hard part. That learning curve is steep because it's so deep. You might see a fish on your recorder. Like we have a pretty strong recorder where I can hit the bottom. I can catch the fish on the bottom. But with all the currents and everything, if you're not right above it, when that line goes down, it'll curve backwards and you'll miss the whole pile.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. That's like stuff we would basically never have to account for in our waters.
You just drop it and it's there, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much, man.
There's a fish, you drop it down like 10 feet. It's right on top of him.
Yeah, that makes it a little easier.
What kind of electronics do you guys use to locate the fish? Or normally?
I'm pretty much using like a Fruno fish finder, 1,000-watt recorder. I know you guys talked about before. You guys use those scopes, right? Where it kind of shows you all around you guys, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Or Kit was gonna get one. Did you get one?
Yeah, I did get one. Get one.
Yeah, he got the live scope. Is he rich guy?
Yeah, that's the one, right?
Yeah,
how much are those?
Well, for the whole setup's like $2,300, something like that.
Those things are expensive then.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering how would those work? Would they even work in the ocean? That's what I'm curious.
So they do have a couple of my friends that commercial fish that go to sea mountains that are like 200 miles away. They have I guess it's a more of a bigger scale of a live scope. It's a full-on sonar. It shows you kind of far all around the boat. And I'll show you the pile of fish and stuff. And those things for the cheapest version, I believe, is like 35,000, 40,000. Oh. Somewhere around there. I know a couple guys that have high-end boats are just rich guys. They have like on their own private yachts. It's like 70 grand for their setup. for that,
Jeez.
just so they can see exactly where the fish is. It's crazy.
That's like with the where it sees all around, right? So that's like the like in submarines and shit like that.
Yeah, it'll literally show you the power of fish. It'll break down the fish for you and tell you which direction and how far.
Wow. So it's real time. It's real time and everything.
Oh yeah, it's super advanced, and it's like for like my friend at commercials, he's like it's a game changer. You need it. Like for somebody like me, like most of those boat guys can't afford that stuff. You know what I mean? It's way out of our price range. There's no way.
Yeah, might be more than your boat.
Yeah, it costs more than most of these guys' boats around here. There's no way.
Yeah, it's crazy. But that's interesting. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. So, man, well, we'll stick the live scope. I'll just stick going with them.
That live scope is probably about, I'd say maybe be a little more than like my fish finder. Like I have a Fruno with the 1,000 watt. It's probably about like 2,000 for that setup. But for you guys, like, that live scope is, I think it's expensive, huh?
Yeah, but like all your other shit, game changer. It does change the way I fish, because just being able to point it around, looking at where the fish are, like how they're moving, because I can look out in front of me or behind me, to my left or right, whenever I feel like it. Okay, the school's moving this way, and I just point it in the same direction that they're moving, and just follow the school.
So you're not wasting time then. You're pretty much fishing a fish where they are, right?
I'm wasting time chasing fish, but yeah.
I think he spends most of his time looking at the screen, seeing how the fish reacts versus actual fishing. But the cool thing is, at least with live, so at least where we at, because obviously we're not as deep as you, is that he uses it on his kayak too. So when he's kayak fishing, he uses on that, and then obviously during ice fishing, he uses on that. So it's like, he uses it year round pretty much.
How deep does that thing go?
Like it's like people around here, 100 feet is deep, and
I can see that deep.
It's tough seeing stuff that deep, because it shows the whole water column, and then maybe at least this wide too, like 100 feet both sides, depending on how deep it is. So everything's like really tiny. You can zoom in, but it's like a digital zoom, so everything's like all blocky.
Yeah, but it picks everything up though, right?
Yeah.
That's impressive though.
I mean, live scope's expensive, but it's not. I can't imagine like how much all your gear, like those electronic reels. How much is one of those reels?
About 1,300.
Oh damn!
1,300 for one reel, and then I think the line's like $100 and a pole's like another 300. Oh. I literally have a brand new one in a box right behind me. I was like, I'm not extra one. I didn't use it. I was like, we'll just let it sit for now.
Yeah, crazy. So a lot of people. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
The difference between like your fishery and ours is the stuff you catch, you can take it to the market and sell it.
Yeah.
Over here, we can't do that. And we touched on that last time. So you can kind of make your money back from fishing. Us is like, well, you bought that expensive gear and you get to eat a few fish, and there you go.
Yeah. I think that's definitely a big difference for me, where I can potentially make my money back off of whatever I catch. Yeah. Yeah. So like for me, fishing wise, a day of fishing cost me maybe 40 gallons in fuel and about $50 on ice. So you're talking about $225 for a full day of fishing. Mm-hmm. So I look at it that way, is like, I need to catch something at least to cover my expenses. You know what I mean? To kind of take the edge off. Like I don't need to, but I really don't want to eat the $225 out of my own pocket. Yeah. So the goal is to always at least get something, try and cover our expenses. Like those bottom fish, they're so small. They're like 3 pounds, 4 pound bottom fish. They go for $19 a pound at the auction.
Oh,
you catch like 2 or 3 of those, you cover your expenses. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, they're stupid expensive.
I saw that in your last couple of the videos. I was curious. I wanted to know how much of those fish, because you're like, yeah, we did pretty good. I'm like, man, $19 a pound, huh?
Oh yeah. And then this week right now, because the weather's bad right now, and I might try to go Friday. I might try to go to Outer Island on Friday. But right now, this week, I think it's like $26 a pound for the same fish. Wow. And if you wait for New Year's, right? Because you guys are Asian, right? If you wait for New Year's,
yeah,
it's big in like Japanese community to have that as like sashimi, right? For like parties and stuff. Mm-hmm. Those things go for $40 or $50 a pound during New Year's.
No,
maybe like $40 a pound. Yeah.
Wow, that's has well, obviously with COVID and everything has that, and then obviously inflation prices all over the world. It's just insane right now. Has that affected the fish pricing at all, do you think?
Honestly, like summertime, like what was it? I guess maybe the the beginning of the year when COVID first really kicked off, the prices tanked. The prices were terrible. Like my longline friends that run longline boats, they're coming out like 25,000 pounds, and they're averaging like $2 a pound for their whole catch, which is terrible. They're pretty much just breaking even, making a little money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then everything started coming back now. But the good thing is the imports are slow to come back. You know, everybody imports mahi and stuff like that from like other countries because it's cheap and all the tuna. The imports are very slow to come back right now, so the prices are super high. It's like I think this year for tuna is probably one of the best years ever for tuna prices. Normally summertime, because we catch so much tuna, we'll flood the market with the local tuna. We'll only get like $2 a pound, $1.50 a pound. It's terrible. This year we're getting $8, $9 a pound all year long for tuna.
Wow.
Normally big marlin, like really big marlin, you'll get like $1 a pound, $1.50 if you're lucky. Really big marlin. I took a big marlin that was almost 300 pounds to the auction. I got, what's it, almost 8 something a pound. And the guy told me that's the most they've ever sold a blue marlin for. Not price wise, but how much a marlin went for that big. Wow. I was like, that's just crazy, just because the imports are slow coming back now. But like my friend that commercial fishes for Mai, he does normally about 200 to 400 pieces of Mai a week, commercial fishing. And all of a sudden the imports coming back now. So the Mai prices are starting to tank now. So it was $8, $9 a pound. Now it's maybe like $4 a pound.
Interesting.
Man, crazy.
So COVID definitely helped the market a little bit for sure for a fisherman.
It's like, well, I don't know. I mean, do you think that demand went up, or is it the same? Or
no, I think it's just because the import had to slow down.
Okay.
They couldn't import from the countries they could before. So I think that really changed the game a lot.
So it's kind of good in a sense because we're keeping it local. I mean, in our country,
local,
in our country, locally. Sure. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing. I mean, I hope people. We're keeping the money inside of our country. That's the good thing.
Oh yeah, that's good. Especially like, what's crazy is like for how much fish that comes into the auction over here, and where I'm talking like people have no idea. I'm talking like 40,000 to 100,000 pounds of fish every single day, 6 days a week at the auction in Hawaii. Jeez. Every single day. I think they said they try and juice the numbers up to make it look good on the news. They're like, oh, 10% of that fish to 20% of that fish stays in Hawaii. That's a lie. My commercial buying friends are like, you're lucky if 3% stays in the state. The rest is all export to other parts of the United States. So a lot of the fresh fish in the U.S. comes from Hawaii. A lot of it.
Good.
Well, I guess even like California too, right? Like San Diego and stuff.
Yeah.
Because the tuna.
I'd rather have that though. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We obviously, I mean, us in Iowa, we don't got no saltwater shit here, nothing. You know what I mean? But
you guys can buy tuna over there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like $20 a pound by the time it gets over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's how much we pay for over here too. No, it's expensive over here. Like if I go buy fresh poke, like raw fish, it's like $20 a pound, $19 a pound.
Wow. I don't know. I have to go look. I haven't bought like raw, like saltwater fish in a while. So I don't know. I should go check it out just to see what the costs are. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's like 30. Maybe it's 30
pounds.
It's
a high demand over there. Not really, right?
I mean, I don't know. I think, I mean, at least in Iowa, it's slow. I see it slowly growing. More and more people are getting into sushi and sashimi and all that stuff. They started like that. I mean, I lived in California for like 13 years. So, I mean, I love, it was nothing. Yeah. I love sushi, but I'm seeing more of a demand, or at least people are more interested in trying it, and it's growing, I guess, interest wise.
Well, that's cool then.
So what's the word? It's like on vogue or whatever now. Like people in the middle of the Midwest aren't like, whoa, scared, like, whoa, raw fish. I'm scared of that. Now people are more open to stuff.
Oh yeah. I remember when I was in the military, I was in a station in Oklahoma, and there was like a Kobe steakhouse. I think it was like in I forget. I want to say it was in Tulsa, Oklahoma, or something like that. I went there like, oh, let's get sushi. So we ordered. It came out like, the hell is this stuff? Like, it was like me and another Hawaii guy. I was like, dude, I don't know. Is it safe? Like, I guess we'll just eat it. See if we get a sore stomach later. But then like, oh, this is good, top quality stuff. Like, all right, I trust you, I guess.
Hey, there has to be certain requirements and standards that they have to meet.
I'm sure.
Like, good enough. Here you go.
That's funny. Hey, so speaking of the new boat, so last time we had so everybody knows, we had Nick on about a year ago, and you were mentioning I'm getting this new boat, but it's taking forever because you were getting the parts.
Oh yeah.
So tell us, how is the new boat? How's it doing? I mean, what's the best part of it? Everything about it.
I would say the new boat is a murder machine. The new boat puts fish in a box and blood on the deck for sure. Like, there hasn't been one trip where we haven't caught yet.
Wow.
Yeah, so the boat definitely catches fish. It's a full on murder machine. So summertime, like I kind of set a goal in my head, like how much tuna do I want to catch? Like how much big tuna, like over 100 pounds. And I was like, I want to catch at least 20. My goal is 20. And I didn't hit my goal because the month of August, when the bite really picked up, my back was down, so I couldn't fish. But for like June and July, I got I think 13 or 14 total. So not too bad, you know what I mean? At one point we were getting like two every trip. So it was like almost every, I think we went 8 or 9 trips in a row catching tuna. It was pretty epic. Like, wow, this is just, it was so crazy. I'll never forget. It's probably the best trip ever. 4th of July weekend was July 3rd. I had to work in the day. So I told my friend, let's do a half trip. We'll meet at the harbor at like 12 o'clock. We'll launch the boat. We'll go fish. We'll come home. We'll try to get a fish for 4th of July. We went to the harbor. Everybody's going home. Like, dude, it's terrible. The fish aren't biting. I was like, well, you guys fished all morning. Like, yeah, the morning bite's never good. And like on my YouTube channel, our motto is never give up. No matter what, never give up. If it doesn't bite early, it's gonna bite late. Just never give up. You know what I mean? Be willing to sell all day. So everybody's coming in. They're like, oh, it's a terrible bite day. It's not really biting. So we launched like, let's go. Let's see what happens. We flew out to a spot. We had a couple guys trying to follow us. I don't know why. And it was rough. We went to where it was rough, and everybody turned around. We started fishing a spot. And I remember turning up C. It was only there for about an hour. Turning up C, I took a knockdown. I took a screamer on the eye. He just screams, the line comes off. I told my friend, set it back up. Hurry up, set it back up. They're here. They're right here. I make one big turn. I come back around. Double. Boom, boom. 2 eyes. So for we had 2 eyes. I think one was about 105. The other was about 130. It's like perfect. Turn around. We went. I was like, oh, we're done here. We got our fish. We come into the harbor. Everybody's like, it's dead out there. It's like, I got 2. They're like, you just went out. How do you have 2 eyes? I was like, dude, this boat's a kill machine. I'm telling you. This boat kills fish.
It's got the good juju.
Oh, that boat got the good juju. Yeah, it's never let me down yet.
Yeah, you want to briefly talk about the specs real quick, because for our listeners, so they can visualize what kind of boat we're looking at.
Yeah, it's a little different than you Iowa boys up there. It's a little different. So it's a 27-foot force. It's locally built in Big Island, Hawaii. It's a 27-foot. I got a 9-foot beam on it. I have a fly bridge, so it has a cabin below, but a fly bridge so I can climb up a ladder and go on top, so I have more view. I run twin Honda 150s on there, so it has some get up and go. I think I carry 150 gallons of fuel. I have a 120-gallon Ikima, which is a live bait well built into the deck. Wow. And my fish box holds about 3,000 pounds, roughly. Yeah. Yeah, it's about a 3,000 pound fish box, so it can hold some weight. So I've had 4 eyes in there with ice, and it was like, oh, I think you fit a lot more in here.
That is.
Yeah, I typically take about 500 to 600 pounds of ice fishing with me, just because the box is so big to ice the fish good. You need a lot of ice.
I was wondering because you were saying how much you spend on ice. I'm like, damn, how much ice are you bringing?
Yeah. I take a lot of ice. Yeah, ice is key. If you want nice fish, you need a lot of ice.
Yeah, I remember you telling us that the fish, they can overheat and stuff. So the ice is very important.
Yeah. So to ice a fish good, technically you need a pound of ice per pound of fish. Technically is a ratio for like pelagic fish. But like the tunas, if you catch them right away and you don't take care of them the way you should, the meat actually cooks inside of them. It turns weird, like super weird looking. It doesn't have that bright red to it.
Yeah.
So there's a full on technique for it. Yeah. So like we'll kill them. We'll take the guts out, take all the gills out, try to flush all the blood out of their system. Getting the guts and all the gills out is key right away. And then literally I'll throw them on the back deck for like about 30 or 45 minutes with no ice, nothing. I'll put the water hose in their mouth. And what that does is it lets them cool down. Because we kind of figure out, like, if you put them on ice right away, they sometimes they cook. It shocks the meat, I guess, because they're so hot and so cold one time. So I figure out is if you throw on the back deck for 30 or 40 minutes, it's going to cool down. And then when you put on ice, it's not going to shock the meat. And the
Man.
other weird thing is the male tunas are always like the hard to burn the meat. Like we call it burn when the meat cooks from getting too hot, it burns because it has a weird color. The male tuna, it's extremely hard for them to get burned. I don't know why. I think something to do with the fat. The females always have a little more fat, and the females, if you don't take care of them right away, they're gonna cook on you. So every time, like, oh, we got a male, perfect. It's gonna be nice meat, guaranteed. The females, like, oh, we better take extra care of this one. This one's a little different.
Interesting. How long does it take to like bleed out? Let's just say 150-pound ahi.
It's fast. Like
Really?
normally, I shoot it with a 44 most of the time.
Okay.
If we're using, if we're trolling, we're using 300-pound test leader.
Mhm.
So we have big lines. So I'll shoot it with a 44, and it'll bleed out. And maybe I'll hang in the water for me like 30 seconds or so. Try to get all the blood out. And they'll bring it on the deck and we'll cut it. And by that time, the blood's gone. If we're like using live bait, we're using really small leader. We don't want to shoot it because you can lose it for sure. So we use small leader. So we'll throw them on the boat and then we'll do everything on the boat. Yeah, we literally lost one trip. We lost 3 at leader back to back.
Wow.
Small leader, like 3 in a row. I was like, this can't get any worse. Everybody's like, dude, this is horrible. We should just go home. I was like, no, we're not giving up yet. Trust me, it's gonna happen. Let's just wait it out. After that, we got the next 2 after that, but we literally lost 3, and 3 of them were literally at the boat, almost able to get gaffed. They stopped the line.
Okay, when you say small leader, let's put it into perspective here. Like, how many pounds are you talking about for the leader?
I would say about 120. Yeah, 120.
That's like an insane number for us.
Hopefully there's not too much. Hopefully there's not too much Hawaii guys watching this, but I'd say about 120.
It's funny because we're like 6-pound, 8-pound leader.
No.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
120, 130 pound test.
What's a medium sized leader for you then? Like 200?
200 be a medium leader, I guess. That honestly, I'd say I'd say about 100, 130, 150 be a medium leader.
Okay.
Sometimes we'll go down to like 60-pound, 50-pound fluorocarbon if we're catching like tunas at the buoy and stuff, but that's pretty much as low as I'm gonna go, is like 50 to 60-pound fluorocarbon.
Yeah.
And the biggest I'll go is 300. I won't go 400. Some guys will do 400. That's too much. It's like weed whacker line. It's so thick.
Yeah, it's gotta be like this gotta be like this thick.
Oh yeah, that thing is so thick it doesn't even bend. It's horrible.
It's a rope. It's not easy.
Oh, yeah. I was like, if you can't get them up by 300-pound tests, and you use 400-pound tests, you're doing something wrong.
Very true.
Have you caught any 1,000-pounders since we last talked? I remember we talked about that quite a bit last time. Granders, granders.
The biggest one I got this year was that one that was about 300.
Okay.
And if you watch that video, you can see me arguing with my crew, like, I don't want it. Let's let it go. They're like, no, we want it. Like, no, I don't want it. They're like, just take it. I was like, that thing's gonna scratch my boat. Let's just cut it loose. And then the kid Roy that fishes with me, like he's young. He's only about 18 years old, 19 years old, but that kid's gonna be a beast one day. He's gonna be super well known one day. That guy's just an animal.
Yeah, but, Roy boy, right?
Yeah, Roy boy.
That kid's an animal. He's actually in Massachusetts right now, Maritime Academy. His brother was with us, and the brother was like, I never got a marlin before. Come on, Nick, please. I was like, if it's under 200, we'll take it. They're like, it comes next to the boat. He's like, oh, it looks like it's under 200. I look over the side. I was like, dude, that thing's over 300. He's like, no, I think it's under 200. It's like, okay, we can kill it, but you guys better help me. But what's crazy about that one was, normally a marlin, when you catch a marlin, most of the time it takes a while to fight it because there's such a big fish. And that day, we're not looking for tuna. So marlins tend to burn your ice. They'll eat your ice up. If you have 500 pounds of ice and you get a 300-pound marlin, kiss your ice goodbye. It'll melt all your ice. So we got the marlin. A lot of the charboat guys say, test your gear. Pump up your drag and let's see if you can stop this fish. So you took out like 400 yards of line on the first run. So I told Roy then, I was like, all right, well, I guess we'll figure it out when it gets close. I say, you know what? I don't want to waste too much time finding this guy. I want to be here for 2-3 hours finding this guy. I said, let's get this guy on the boat as fast as we can. So I told him, push that drag up. If it breaks, it breaks. Just push the drag all the way up. So we pushed the drag super tight. And we chased it down. From the time it knocked down from the time it hit the lure to the time we got a gaff in it, I think it was 18 minutes, 17 minutes, which is like ridiculous, like just stupid. And we had them next to the boat, like 20 feet away for like 5 minutes. And like normally when they come up and they're blue, they come to like a green fish. Like, that fish is still alive. This thing was just electric blue. They're like, oh, I was like, oh, that thing is dangerous. Do not let him jump by you because he'll kill you if he jumps.
Yeah.
He was right next to the walleyes. It's all blue. I was like, oh. I was like, when he comes up, shoot him and we'll end it real fast. Like, okay. And lucky we showered, ended it, but pulling onto the boat was another story. That was painful. Yeah.
Yeah, just so the listeners know, he's talking about a 300-pound fish.
Yeah. I think it's about, I think from the tip of the bill to the tail, to the fork of the tail, you're probably talking about 12 feet, 13 feet long, somewhere on there. So it's a big fish.
Yeah.
That fit in your box too?
I gotta cut off the bill.
Mm.
You cut off the bill anyway because you don't want to poke a hole in the box. But I cut off the bill, and I think on that one, I think we cut it right at the tail just so it could lay flat. Because you don't want to, it'll fit, but you don't want it to like be like bent in the box. Because when it bends and you take it to the market, it'll crack the meat, and then you get a shittier price.
You know how you say you were thinking of just let it go? Would it have been okay if you guys would just cut it and just let it go? Or
yeah, we got it back that fast. It would have been fine.
It would have been fine because you got it so, because like you were saying, you guys got it within 18 minutes.
And most of the time, you can fight them for a while. And you can let them go. They'll be fine.
Oh.
But that day, I was like, I want to let it go. I want to let it go. Like, no, we should keep it. I was like, you know what? It's your first one. You want to twist my back. You know what I mean? Okay. I want to give you your first one. I want your first one to be on my boat. We'll keep it. We'll keep it. So we kept it. We went out to the place we were going to look for tuna. I didn't catch any tuna that day at all. Only small little like 20-pounders, 15-pounders. So I was like, you know what? It's perfect. We kept that marlin. And we took it to the auction the next day. I was like, I almost got $2,000 for that fish. I think it was over $2,000 for that fish. I was like, it's a good thing we kept that fish. and these two freaking kids, I told them, you guys can keep the tail, right? The tail was like 4 feet or whatever. It was huge, okay? These kids put the tail in the back of their truck, and their town where they live in Kailua, they drove around with this marlin in the back of their truck for like 2 or 3 days. Like just was up in the back of the truck, so like they had a marlin in the back. I was like, you guys are crazy. People are pulling pictures of them on Instagram. Like, look at these guys driving around with a marlin tail in the back.
It's Hawaiians for you, man. That's exactly something my uncle would do.
What it is. Oh yeah. Especially these kids are wild. That's just stuff they do though.
That's funny. I mean, do you guys catch and release at all a lot? Because I know last time we talked, we're like, you guys catch to eat. I mean, most of the time catch to eat or make a living off of. But do you guys ever just do you ever have people just go out there and just CPR catch, take a picture and just release it? Or
you know, pretty much that's just the charter boat guys.
Okay. The
charter boat guys where they have tourists on the boat. Sometimes the tourists like, oh, we don't want to keep it, we want to let go. And it's those guys pretty much. For everybody else here, we're pretty much meat hunters. Like what we catch is gonna supply either the market or families. So we get a lot of flack for that from the mainland guys. Because the mainland guys, there's so much sport guys are like, you know, marlin tastes terrible. You shouldn't be killing it. Like I see it all the time in my videos. Like you guys are doing this wrong. That's a sport fish. Like, dude, you guys understand? We're in Hawaii. We have nothing. That 300-pound marlin is gonna provide how much hundreds of meals for people. It's not like we have a truck that can just drive here with a whole bunch of fresh produce or something. You know what I mean? Or fresh meat and stuff. It's a little different.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of flack for that because we're pretty much meat hunters over here. But if we get something big like 500-600 pounds, I'm definitely letting it go. Because that right there just breaks somebody. Yeah, that is painful. And for me, the way I look at it is like if it's over 200 pounds, I don't want it because normally the price isn't as good. And 200 pounds, I can manage 200 pounds by myself. Anything bigger than that, it's a little on the harder side.
Damn mainlanders. Let them catch and eat, damn it.
Yeah, it's all the rich mainlanders too, all the rich trophy guys. Like, you guys don't need to do that for the money. Is that because you're rich? How rich are you? You know, you're fishing on a $5 million boat. Like, you don't need the money.
Right. They don't need to eat. They just buy whatever they want.
I pay almost $4 a gallon for fuel. I need as much fish money as I can get.
Exactly, man.
What is the gas price over there for you guys?
It's like $3.50 maybe a gallon ish.
Oh, not too bad then.
No, it's under I think it's like right at 3, if not under. Yeah.
I think over here is like $3.84 a gallon for ethanol free.
Really? That's actually cheaper than that.
That's at Costco. If you go outside and it's not Costco, it's like $4.30, $4.40 a gallon.
Yeah. Well, I think California was getting ridiculous. Weren't they like almost $10 a gallon? About.
So like you know like Molokai? Molokai is like a small little island within Hawaiian Islands. Super small island. I think there's maybe, I don't know, I think less than 1,500 people there. It's a small island. I think even less than 15. It's not that much people there. Their gas prices are like $7 a gallon. $6 something and $7 a gallon. So all my friends where they have boats, they're like, how do you guys go fishing with that kind of prices? Yeah, just go anchor and just stop and just bottom fish.
Yeah. I mean, how much fuel do you burn typically on your average trip? I know every trip's gonna be different, but
honestly, like those Hondas, like people in Hawaii don't like Hondas for some reason. Like on the boat wise, I guess there's not enough people that run them. But my commercial friends that fish commercially in Maui are like, dude, the Hondas are by far the most fuel efficient. I was like, you sure? He's like, look at it this way. Which is the most fuel efficient car? I was like, oh, I guess like a Honda Civic. He's like, exactly. It's a Honda. It's the most fuel efficient. So my boat, I burn, I'd say 38 gallons to 43 gallons a full day. And a full day to me is dark to dark. I mean, like we're leaving the harbor at 5 o'clock in the morning, 4:30 when the sun's not even up yet, driving on the dark, and we're coming in. The sun's setting and we're 20 miles out. Okay, it's time to go home. It's literally dark to dark. You're talking like about a 14 to 16-hour day sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a mission, but not too bad. Like trolling wise, I'm burning 2 gallons an hour trolling, which is like 78 knots, which is like super good. So for every hour of fishing, it's costing me what, $7, $8.
Yeah, not terrible. I like when you were talking about gas prices, I thought it was gonna be like at least $5 or something for you guys because we're right around that $350 mark. So not terribly different.
I'm sure by next summer it's gonna be $5. I'm sure by next summer it's gonna be $5. That's why I tell my friends, by next summer, when the eye's biting, I don't think it's gonna be a whole lot of boats fishing. It's gotta be like it better be biting really good for us to go fishing.
Very true, man. When's the last time you've been to mainland? You been visiting at all?
I go to Vegas every October.
Oh,
so I went to Vegas, and then I'm going to San Diego next month. At the end of January, I go to San Diego for like a week. Normally we go every at least once a year to San Diego for Legoland and Disneyland and everything else.
Gotcha. Oh,
kids try to spend all my fish money.
Let me know next time you go to Vegas. You said October. You guys go every year, pretty much.
Yeah. It's just a boys' trips. No wives allowed at all. Just the guys.
Okay. Let me know.
Yeah. Guaranteed.
All right. Let me know next year. Remind me, because my uncle, he always he flies for Hawaiian Airlines, so he has a house out there. Just whenever because he flies out there all the time, right? He flies everyone. He's the captain there, so I just let me know. It's an easy flight for us here to go to Vegas. Then. Yeah, it's 2.5, 3 hour flight.
Yeah.
For 3 or 4 hour flight for us, actually. Sorry.
Yeah, because all my friends are like living in like Washington and like California, so for them it's like 2-hour flight. It's an easy jump for them.
Yeah. No, let us know, man. We can meet you out there. We'll have a good time in Vegas. Maybe we can find a spot to fish.
Well, I was thinking about that. Like this last trip we went, I said let's go for a little bit longer and let's see, maybe we can try to do a fishing trip. Because they have that lake over there, right? Or I don't know what it's, a reservoir, whatever it is, that big lake thing.
Yeah. And
they have like straight bass in there or something, right? No, they have like some weird, not straight bass, but they have like I forget what it is. It's something edible though, but I forget what it's called.
something edible.
It's something edible. I forget what it's called.
It lost that largemouth, right?
No, oh my god, yeah, that's terrible. I was just talking to my friend about that the other day too. He's like, "You ever had any freshwater fish?" I was like, "Wait, bass before was in Texas. In Oregon." He's like, "How did it taste?" Like, honestly, it tastes like shit. It tastes like freaking mud. I said, my uncle's good friend had a ranch over there, and all his farm hands were over there, and we're fishing. We're like, this is just nonstop. We're just catching like 3 pounders. Like, this is crazy. So I told my uncle, "Can we eat these?" He's like, "I guess so." So we go back. I remember going back to the barn and we're cleaning these bass, and all the Mexican farm workers are like, "Don't eat that." Like, why? He's like, "Doesn't taste good." I'm like, whatever. I was like, "We're from Hawaii. We eat everything." He's like, "Okay." We clean it up. We fry it all up. Like, "Oh, it looks so good." We take one bite. Like, this tastes like mud. We're not eating this.
We got to get you on some. We got to get you on some good freshwater fish. Oh. Like, I mean, have you ever eaten like walleyes or crappies?
I eat crappies. Crappies is good. Fried crappies. Yeah. That's some good stuff.
Yeah.
My buddy's uncle, he lives in Hawaii. He has like a farm out there. He'll come up here, and the only thing he wants to eat is crappie. So we'll all go out catch crappies. I don't even know like my buddy's uncle, but they asked me like, "Hey, can you go catch some crappies?" Like, sure. Like, man, this guy lives in Hawaii, freaking loves crappies. That's all he wants to eat when he's here. Like the whole time, he'll be here for 5 days. He'll eat crappies for 5 days straight. Like, man, is crappies really that good? Oh,
It's true because my uncles who still live on Oahu and Pearl City, when they come and visit, it's very true, man. They love eating white bass, which is okay. It's not the greatest eating fish, but they love eating white bass. They love eating if you can catch some fresh catfish or crappies, and then walleyes. I don't know something about the walleyes too. I don't know if you ever had a walleye, man, Nick. You got to.
Is that a normal thing people eat, walleyes, or not really?
It's like
it's like it's up there for freshwater fish.
Eating
but
wise.
but my buddy's uncle, like, he'll want to take crappies back to Hawaii with him. Like damn, like you live in Hawaii. What are you doing?
So like we got this fish over here. It's called a kole. So I made a couple videos of us diving for it.
Yeah, the yellow-eyed fish,
yeah,
right? Or whatever.
That's literally gotta be like one of the dumbest fish ever. They're so stupid and probably the easiest thing to shoot, but they are by far the best eating fish ever. We call them like Hawaiian butterfish. When you fry them, they turn oil like golden color because the oils that are in them. So everybody always says when you catch kole, you fry those first and you fry the other fish afterwards so you get the flavor of them. But they're so good eating. And they don't get big. They're probably like, I think crappies get bigger than them. They get like 5 inches at the biggest. They're small, but they're so good to eat. It's like the best fish ever.
Dang.
Do you eat the whole, or do you fry the whole body, or do you fillet it, or how do you?
It's like you literally like we have like a technique to clean them so easy. We use the water hose and we just spray off all the scales, and right where the head is, we'll make one cut behind the head. You just make a cut right behind the head where the spine is. You pull it, it'll pull the whole head, all the guts out one time. It's like the easiest fish to clean ever. So when you come here, I'll go get some for you. You're gonna eat that. You're like, this is the best fish I ever eaten, hands down. It's that good.
I can't wait, man. I said I was gonna go, but stupid COVID and everything.
Oh yeah.
Is it are you guys like on lockdown, or how does that work if somebody's flying in, or how is it actually over there?
So this state's just straight paranoid. This state is just hardcore paranoid over here. My wife is an ICU nurse, so she sees everything that happens, but this state is just overly paranoid. Like there's COVID cases, but it's not as bad as people think it is. Like they try to make everybody like live in fear over here. Everybody's like, you gotta watch out, it's the next plague or something. I mean, I think they said they're having like 30 cases a day in the state, which is nothing. Not too bad. There's some lockdowns over here though. They just started easing up restrictions where you can nobody has to social distance at restaurants anymore. Before you have to be 6 feet away in restaurants. It was ridiculous.
So do like, let's say one of us mainlanders comes, do we have to quarantine still?
You guys have vaccines? No?
Yeah.
Oh, if you have vaccine, you guys are good to go.
Okay.
Just bring the card and just write on it.
So you just have to it's a Safe Travels Hawaii website. You go on there, you upload your information, your travel dates, you upload your card, and they give you a QR code. When you land, you show the people at the gate where you land your QR code and it'll let you buy. If you don't have a QR code, they're gonna make you stop and get tested.
Okay.
But if you're vaccinated, you're good to go.
Yeah, we live in Iowa, so it's like we're very conservative here, and people don't give a shit generally.
Thank you. I mean, they give a shit, but they don't give a shit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. That's how it is over here. Like people are like fear, but you all the fishermen that just don't give a shit. Fishermen just don't care.
Yeah.
We're going fishing and we have guys on the boat. Everybody's like, you have all those guys on the boat. You guys aren't wearing masks. Like, I see you guys drive around your car with 2 masks on. What the hell are you doing? Who are you hiding from yourself? Like, come on, man.
Right. Or you're driving the car by yourself and you got a mask on. It's like, okay.
Like,
that's it.
Like the bad thing is, California's like ridiculous with their laws and stuff. Hawaii follows California. That's the terrible thing. They follow California with a lot of the regulations they make.
Yeah, you're right though, because when you see those people who are driving by themselves and you have a mask on,
oh my
I'm
God.
like, what? Okay, what are you doing?
I don't understand that. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. Who are you afraid of, yourself? Like, dude, you're fine.
I mean, I guess if you're lazy and you don't want to take it on and off, sure, maybe.
Like me, I'm not vaccinated. Yeah? Like, I'm not getting no vaccine. Screw that stuff. I don't get the flu shot. So I went to Vegas. And when I went to Vegas, I was like, oh, Vegas is just buck wild. Like nobody cares. No mask. And I mean like people everywhere, like rubbing shoulders doesn't matter, right? I told my friend, I was like, my other friend's not vaccinated. I said, dude, when we come back from Hawaii, and we come back from Vegas, it's gonna go 2 ways. Either we're both gonna drop that from COVID because that deadly or nothing's gonna happen. So he came back. So for like the first like 10 days, like, dude, you got any symptoms? Like, I feel fine. What about you? I was like, I feel top shape. After like 2 weeks passed by, I was like, technically we should have been dead. For the way people were over there, we should have been dead. How is it even possible we came back and there's nothing went on with us? So Vegas is a trip. There's just no regulations. It's whatever you want to do.
I just we just had a family reunion and we just went over there. I think about 3 months ago, 2 or 3 months ago. Yeah, you're right. It was insane. But I have to get back. Whatever the case may be,
stuff, right?
For work stuff, I had to do it. It's like either that or just don't work. And what are you gonna do when you got kids? Right?
Yeah,
do it. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Like for me, because I do real estate full time, right? So I'm pretty much like I guess like an independent kind of like thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have my own lure company. So for us, it's not required. Like my boss called me one day. I said, "Are you calling me to get vaccinated? Because if you are, I'm switching companies." He's like, "Nope, you're good to go." I was like, "All right, cool, we're good then." He's like, "Yeah, you do whatever you want. We're good." I was like, "All right, that's fine." I see nothing wrong with it. I just don't want to get it.
Yep, I hear you. And I just want to go to Hawaii. I mean, hopefully soon and without having to deal with it. So everywhere you guys go, are you guys like 100% forced to wear masks pretty much then, or?
You have to wear masks everywhere, except for outdoors. Now, if you're outdoors, you don't have to wear a mask. Yeah, if you're outdoors, you have to wear masks. Indoors, you have to wear a mask. Once you sit down to eat, apparently COVID goes away. You take off your mask, you're good to go.
Right.
We can talk about that another day offline. No, I'm with you on that one. I get yelled at, man. My wife yells at me too. She goes, she works at the hospital too, and she's
she sees what's going on too.
She sees what's going on, but
I saw the little man.
I know.
Hop in the little corner.
Saw the little man.
You're trying to see what's going on, Mr. Underwear man. Always in his underwear.
All right, I'm gonna go take a piss.
We'll take a break. This episode is brought to you by Kalona Brewing Company. If you live in Eastern Iowa, make sure to swing by Kalona Brewing Company's tap room. Amazing food and amazing craft beer. If you live in Central Iowa or in the Midwest, swing by your local supermarket and see if they carry the Kalona Brewing Company line of beer. And also swing by your local restaurants, local bars, see if they have Kalona Brewing Companies on tap. If not, make sure you guys request it. I kid you not, you won't regret that. Other than that, enjoy this episode, guys.
Let's do a little pre-game. So we have a game plan going into it, but shout outs to the little man. He kind of interrupted Nick over there and gave me an excuse to go potty because whenever we have guests, I try to hold in my urine. So I'm like, oh man, I don't want to just jump up and leave while they're talking.
We got to hopefully, like I said, I want to get to Hawaii so I really do want to catch a nahi. I really do. That's like
summertime.
Okay. So summertime, hopefully we'll see how we do next year after another year and a half of COVID. But I told my uncle, like, man, I got to get out there. I mean, I miss it. Like Kit doesn't know yet. He hasn't been to Hawaii yet. So he doesn't know, like, dude, when you get there, dude, all you do is just drink beer and just enjoy the sun and you're in paradise.
And you guys are the right nationality where you guys match. Like, oh, they're from here. They're locals. just don't talk. Just don't talk. Whatever you do, just don't talk. Just like this guy's an imposter. He looks like a local, but he doesn't sound like a local.
Yeah, like for me, I would want to go. Like, when is a slow time as far as tourism and all that stuff? Like, I'm not interested in all the touristy stuff. I kind of want to just go off the off beaten path or whatever.
I would say between Christmas and summer is probably the slow time.
Okay.
But not real slow because ever since we kind of opened back up, it seems like it's buck wild over here. Everybody's trying to come to Hawaii now.
Yeah.
Just because I guess our numbers are low with COVID stuff and just in general. I mean, everybody's trying to get it. There's deals on hotels right now. So everybody's trying to come here.
Yeah, everybody's basically having cabin fever because they couldn't go anywhere. And now
you save money for 2 years. And I was like, I got money saved. I want to go now, right?
Very true. Hey, did you ever do on your channel? I know you were thinking, Nick, that one day you're just gonna grab a stranger off
I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it yet.
See,
I'm gonna do it though. I'm
right.
gonna do it this summer.
All right, do it. Tag us and let us know. I want to see it, obviously, but just grab a stranger that looks like they want to fish, and just like, you know what?
I took a subscriber fishing.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I did a giveaway. I took a subscriber fishing.
How did that go? I know I saw a little bit. I didn't watch it all, but how did it go?
I told him make sure you before you go, grab whatever drinks you want to grab, whatever food you want to grab. Make sure you grab seasick pills. He's like, I don't get seasick. He's like, grab seasick pills. I don't get seasick. I was like, all right, cool. We're good. We're good then. We're good, right? He's like, I'm good. 5 minutes out the harbor. Here comes his breakfast. I'm like, you good? He's like, I don't know what it is. Weird. I don't get seasick. So I don't know what it is. Like, I got some seasick pills. You want to take some? I was like, no, I'll be okay. I was like, you should take some after you throw up because it's chewable. You'll feel better. It's gonna kick in your system. Be fine. He's like, I'll be okay. All right. 15 minutes later, oh, here comes more of his breakfast. So what's going on? He's like, it's weird. I don't know. I was like, I know what's going on. You're seasick. He's like, I think I'm okay. Dude, that guy threw up all day long until about 1 o'clock. Finally, he's like, I'll take some pills now. I was like, after you're beat up already, you want pills? It's too late already. You're all done already. You got beat up.
Man, I wonder if I would have that problem because I'm not really on a boat very much. I kayak and stuff, but out on the ocean on a boat, I don't know how I would react.
So I'll tell you right now, Kit. I will get patches for us if we go. And my mom, she gets prescription for seasick or whatever motion sickness, and those patches, Kit. I'm telling you, put it on. Worst case scenario, you're still okay. But I'm telling you, I seen it. We went fishing when we were in California, and my uncle, like, I've been on boats all my life. Like Nick just said, the moment that he was on there, like, and
oh yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah.
So like for me, I had no shame. I tell everybody, I take seasick pills. I ain't ashamed of it.
Yeah.
I always take I take Bo9. It's a chewable pill. I take it the night before. It lasts 24 hours. I just take one. I don't take two. And I take it the night before I go fishing, just because I don't really get seasick. But if I'm on the back deck for a while, like fighting fish or doing something, I'm looking down and it's really rough, I'll get a little nauseous. But for me, the main thing is we're always using binoculars, right? And we use like stabilizing binoculars. So we're looking like 2-3 miles away, looking for bird palms, like way in the distance where you can't even see them. And the stabilizing binoculars, they don't move. Like you're looking straight, you can be rocking and they're straight ahead. And when I look through that for too long, if I don't have my pills, I get sick. Like I don't feel good at all. It takes me a little while to kind of take it back down. So now I was like, I just take a pill as a precaution every trip, just to be on the safe side.
See, my question is like, how do they come up with some pills? Like, okay, you get seasick, we got just the remedy. Like, what's in these pills?
Meclizine.
Meclizine.
My wife's a nurse, so she said meclizine is the active ingredient. That's what it is. So you can actually get prescribed by a doctor, like just meclizine. Mm-hmm. So you can get it at just regular CVS or Walmart or wherever.
Okay, so what does it do? Just like anti-drowsy or anti?
No, it makes you a little drowsy. That's why I took it the night before. But I don't know what the hell it does. But I tell you what, it works like a champion.
Yeah, that's crazy how we got like a pill for something like that.
Pill for everything nowadays.
Yeah, that's true. that is true, man.
We don't got a pill to stop COVID. We might.
There's no money in a cure. That's why you got to keep getting those boosters. Come on.
Oh boy. Very true, man.
Yeah, but you gotta take that Bo9.
Okay.
Bonine. It's a blue box. Dramamine sucks. Dramamine does not have meclizine in it. I don't know what it has, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, I think I've heard of.
Chunks.
I've heard of that Dramamine one. So what was the other one called again?
Bo9. Bonine. It's a blue box. Okay. Like literally the best stuff ever.
Yeah, do it, man. Kid, you gotta go with us because I gotta take my kids. So my oldest is 8 and my second oldest is 6. They still remember Hawaii because the last time I took them, the oldest was what 5, and the other one was 3. They still remember. They're like, they want to go. And then my other,
so they're ready now.
Yeah, and then the other the youngest is still, she's only 1 turning 2, so she's still crazy. But the other one that's was she 4 now? No, she's 4. The third youngest is 4 now. She sees the videos and saw the picture. She's like, Hawaii girl, I want to go to Hawaii. So I'm like, I gotta take them because they love it, man. The thing is, my oldest and my second oldest, they just remember the sun, the sand, the water, just beauty, and just it's just perfect paradise.
Yeah, like right now, it's kind of like the cold. You're starting to come cold for us right now, right? We even got snow on the big island on top of the mountain. It has like 2 feet of snow on top of the mountain.
Yeah.
But right now for us, it's like been a little bit cold in the morning time. Like, I mean, cold. Like, well, I gotta wear a sweater. It's cold outside, and we're talking like 60 degrees. I think I'm wearing like a heavy sweater. Like, it is cold outside today. That's only in the morning. By the time the sun comes up, it's like 75, 80.
Yeah, you guys had a blizzard warning when it snowed up in the mountains, right? Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. And it's the mountain behind because it's so high up. But it's like 2 feet of snow up there. All the Hawaii guys go up there, they shovel snow in the back of their truck and they take it back home. They put snowman in front of their house.
That's fucking funny, dude.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That is wild, man. I was like, so everybody just realizes, like, man, 60 degrees is cold. They're like, man,
that's freezing.
That's
freezing over
there. We got to get you to ice fish with us.
Yeah, take that 0 off the 6, and that's cold.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I want to try to do ice fishing. I always watch videos of it. For some reason, it's like that's an adventure in itself. But I don't know about that cold. That's cold. It's not even like comfortable cold. I feel like it just hurt cold, right?
It can hurt.
It can. And then, yeah, you just got to dress right and just have the right equipment and stuff. It's still cold. Don't get me wrong, man. 0 degrees is still 0 degrees. You know what I mean?
I see some guys where they have like a full-on cabin with like a couch and they have like a full-on like a 4-foot hole just cut and they're just hanging on the couch fishing. Like, that right there is awesome. So they're just drinking super cold. It's not doing anything but drinking.
The thing is with that is that because we live pretty much right on the borderline of how thick the ice can be if you can have those ice shacks on for so long. And it wouldn't even make sense for us to even purchase one to have here. The reason being is because, I mean, what do you think, Kit? You would get maybe 2 or 3 weeks at best to have one of those shacks here. Then you have to move it out. And then on top of that, sometimes the ice is not even thick enough. Can you even drive your truck on there to pull that, the shack on there? Not really. So most of those shacks that we went to the ice show, we were just talking offline, but we went to the ice show, we saw some amazing shacks. Most of those will probably be better up north, whether in Minnesota or a few hours away from us up north, northern Iowa. So at least you can get like a good, maybe 2 months at least that you can, use those.
So it makes it worthwhile.
Yeah. But we looked at them like, shit, hell yeah, man. It'd be so awesome. The fishing one of those, like, luxury, dude. You got bathroom, shower. We saw all kinds of crap.
Yeah, but 2 to 3 weeks is not worth it though, right? All the hassle to do it, just have it for like 2 to 3 weeks. That would suck.
Exactly. Yes. And then even on top of that, we're not even guaranteed that because the ice might be thick enough right here where we live. It might be thick enough to hold the house. But for you to take the house on there, you got to take a truck to pull that house. And then you got to make sure that ice is thick enough that you can do that. And that's one of those things where it's like, it's borderline.
Yeah.
So in Michigan, it gets like super icy, like real thick.
Yeah. So there's this thing called the ice belt that I don't know if you watch like some ice fishing videos where they talk about the ice belt. And Iowa is kind of like the southern range of that belt.
You just miss it.
Yeah, we're like, we have enough ice where ATVs isn't really uncommon in our area, like driving out snowmobiles, stuff like that. But when it comes to trucks or these big RV type permanent shacks that they're called, yeah, that's not really common in our area. Northern part of the state, we start seeing it more and more. But once you get up into Minnesota, that's kind of Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, that's kind of like their bread and butter, like Alaska. That's way up there.
Canada,
that's what I meant.
They just live for ice fishing pretty much over there, right?
Yeah. It's like half their fishing season is ice fishing, pretty much up in Canada.
Yeah,
because it's so damn cold over there.
Yeah, for them it's worth throwing down 40-50 grand for a RV that they leave on the ice.
That's crazy. That's wild.
All right. So we get down there, we fish with you. You got to come up and ice fish with us.
Oh yeah, yeah. That'll give me a great excuse to get away from the damn kids over here.
You can tell the
Gotta
kids like,
go.
Daddy's gonna go ice fishing. They're like, dude, you're an idiot.
The business trip, gotta go. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
Oh,
ice
yeah.
fishing is pretty wild.
Yeah.
I'm all
Yep.
about the adventure. That right there is a straight adventure.
Yep. Dude, real adventures Hawaii goes ice fishing. Dude, that
Oh,
would be
I could just see the thumbnail just like freeze, just holding it like fish. Like this sucks. Yep, this is a bad idea.
bad idea, but so fun, man. You'll love it, dude. Just let us know whenever, man.
Like, are you supposed to not feel your toes around the ice? 'Cause I don't feel my toes right now. Yeah, you're doing it right.
Like, hey, you're not cold, right? You're not cold. You just don't feel your toes.
It's all good. You'll make it. You're live. Oh man, it's been fun, dude. Holy cow, yeah. So we've been talking a little bit over an hour or so. This is awesome. You know what? I kind of, if you don't mind, Nick, do you mind we do this like once a year? Just kind of have you on here.
Guaranteed, for sure.
Thanks, man. I do appreciate that because, you know, I love just talking to people from Hawaii. I really do because, like I said, I have a lot of family there, and you just kind of remind me a little bit. I think you're family now, man. I think having you on here a couple times is so awesome, man. But
we gotta get you down here before the next one. Then we do the next one. We can talk about what happened.
Cool. That's a good idea. I love that. I love that, man. Kit, you got anything else for Nick, man, before we let him go?
Yeah. So, I mean, for us going into our ice fishing season now, granted, a lot of us are excited for ice fishing, but there's also a big group of us that don't like ice fishing, even though that's, you know, we live where it happens. So for them, this is kind of like an escape for them. Like, okay, I could just get away for a little bit. They're getting cabin fever right now. I feel like this is a little escape. But if they really want to get into your videos where, you know, they're there fishing with you, where can they find that stuff?
Just pretty much YouTube, just Real Adventures Hawaii, or if you go on YouTube, you type in Morris Lures, it'll come up. Okay. Just type in fishing in Hawaii, and you can't miss it for sure. You'll see it. It's kind of hard to miss.
Yeah, we'll link it too. We'll link all that stuff.
Definitely link that. It is true though. You guys got to go check out Nick's channel. It's pretty cool to kind of see him, especially if you live whether in the Midwest or up north. We have listeners all over the world, so it's kind of cool. You guys gotta go check this out because he gets to catch fish that, you know, Fishing Kit and myself can only dream of, and we're hoping to go there pretty damn soon here. And you know what? Thank you so much, Nick, just for giving the time, the knowledge, and everything. And like I said, man, I can't wait to get to Hawaii. I got to get there again here pretty soon.
For sure. Thanks for having me. For sure. Yeah, definitely have to get here very shortly. By summer.
All right, brother.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening.